Hello, my friends. It's Friday night, and here we are again. I hope that you've had a fantastic week. I'm sorry I'm a few minutes late. I had a few technical problems. I have done an update on my computer, and they changed some of the settings, and I had that that awful feedback. Some of you might remember when I first started using my computer and my phone together, I had a lot of feedback, and it took us a while to sort it out. I had that problem again tonight because the settings have changed in my computer. So my apologies. I'm a few minutes late, but I hope that you can hear me. Can someone give me a thumbs up and tell me that you can hear me? The other thing is that that there is no feedback because I think I fixed it. I had to go into a different area to turn off the sound on my computer so I could get rid of it. Let's go through and see. Hi there, Jody. Hi, Cherie. Yes, Cherie, you said yes. Fantastic. That's really good. Mollymook is such a lovely place. It's a beautiful spot. You should look it up on your computer, Jean. Go put in Mollymook. It's on the south coast of New South Wales in Australia, and it is absolutely beautiful, like a little seaside town with lots of quaint houses and green rolling hills and beautiful beaches. And yeah, it's lovely. And it's got really good antique shopping. You can go down there and get, great little cute shops and all that kind of stuff. Okay, let's see. Hello. All good? Yes, you can hear me. Fantastic. So I hope you'll forgive me for being late by a few minutes, but I'm really glad I took that time and got it sorted out before we went live. So that was really good. No, I didn't sleep in, Sunny. I was having a big panic thinking, oh my gosh, am I going to be able to sort out the sound problem? But I think we got it worked. All good. I make sure I'm always here on time on a Friday night and a Sunday night if I can be. And if I'm not quite on time like tonight, you know that there's something up, something's not working properly. I am going through. Looking through all the comments, seeing if I've missed anything, if anyone had any requests or anything else tonight. Oh, you're talking about guess what we're playing with tonight, girls? I see you've been talking about them already. You're talking about new stamps, dies, and paper. I discovered something tonight. I'm going to show you what I did. I'm a silly Billy. I ordered something silly. Yes, the florets dies. We're going to play with those tonight. So good timing. Let's have a little look. Also, while I'm going through the comments to see if I've missed anything, I have not tomorrow, not Saturday. Well, tomorrow is Saturday here in Australia. Not tomorrow, but the following Saturday, so a week from tomorrow, is the next craft along event. And I know some of you were here for the last one. We did watercoloring last time. And then I did a little poll on my VIP group, which is for if you're in Australia and you'd like to be part of the VIP group, you can actually go and find that and request to join. And basically, I did a little poll to find out what people would like to see in future craft alongs. So this month, I have directly responded to that. And some of you may have seen that the top response was fun fold cards. I was thinking, maybe different techniques, different ideas, but fun fold cards was the most requested type of event for the craft along event. So the whole idea of the craft along event is I make something. To people who ordered with me, placed an order of over $60 the previous month, they get supply packets. All the supply packets for this particular class that's coming up on the 22nd went out today. Very excited to have them all in the post. I sent them priority, paid that little bit extra to get them out priority to make sure you're going to get them in plenty of time. So the post office told me, they should get them anywhere between Monday and Wednesday. So depending on where you are. So that's really good. And of course, Saturday is the day that we go live. So you can make them with me. Now, if you don't get a packet, don't panic. You can still make them with me. I am going to be putting up a little list of supplies probably tomorrow. I'll do that on my blog and put it on my Facebook page as well. So, so that you can have an idea of what kind of things you're going to need to make the project live with me. And even if you don't have the specific things that I've used, because I've decorated with particular colors and all that kind of stuff, you can make the cards. You can make the card in any color or or DSP or little, you can decorate it any way you like. So I'm going to be showing you this. The type of fun fold we're doing is easel cards. Easel cards, there's so many different types. On the day, we're going to make a basic easel card, but it's a little calendar. Some of you may have seen the bits and pieces that I was sending out in the mail today, because I did post them on my page and on Instagram as well. And when you get your packets, you're going to see there's a calendar in there. There's some Post-it notes in there, and we're actually making like a little calendar Post-it note holder, which is really, really cute. Makes a really great gift. And all the pieces have gone out for that. So I hope that if you get that in the mail, that you really enjoy making it with me. And even if you don't get it in the mail, you can still either watch me just do it and then make it later at your convenience, or you can actually cut it up and make it with pieces you have at home. So there we go. Let me go. I didn't see any questions. If I did miss anything, just sing out, okay? Please do. No floor tonight. Oh, yay, Michelle. You've got your new lounge. What color is your new lounge? I'm having a little look here. Gosh, you guys are busy talking. Hi, Rosalind. Nice to see you. We have oh, hi. Oh, excellent. Thank you, Susan. You're in Minnesota, is that right? That's MN, isn't it? Minnesota? Have I got that right? My husband is in Michigan, and you'd think that might be MN, but it isn't. That's MI. That's where he's from. He's now back here. He just got home last week. He's been home a week today, but he was over there for 6 weeks. All right, let's Misty Moonlight. Ooh, nice. That goes with lots of things, like a denim-y kind of a blue. Is that what you're thinking, or a bit deeper than a denim? You like techniques? Yes, techniques are my big love as well, Jean. So I will be alternating with different types of things, fun folds, techniques, and maybe some other things thrown in. Probably a technique next month. Haven't 100% decided on which one I'm doing next month, but people who order this month will get the supply pack to make next month's project. So each month when you order, if your order's over $60, the following month you get the supply pack to make the following month's project. That's how it works. And if you're in my team, so I can see a few girls here in my team, you're going to get all the tutorials that I send out as well. All right. And I'm also going to go live on our team group and talk you through what you're going to need to make the project live with me. Okay. So that's pretty cool. We also have some tutorials that you can purchase after the event if you wish, but if you placed an order the previous month, you get those for free as well. And if you're in the team, you get those for free as well. So there's perks for all kinds of things. Hey there, Cheryl. Nice to see you. On the denim side, right. Well, Misty Moonlight was a beautiful color. I'm a bit sad it's gone, but it was a beautiful color. All right. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to switch over to the desk. Enough chit chat. Let's go. And you can see my desk here. All right. So let's have a look at the florets that Jean was talking about and a couple of the other girls. I started to print out the flyer to show you so you could see. And I couldn't understand why my flyer didn't print out properly, and then I reprinted it and it was fine. And of course, the reason why I have realized is it printed out the second page first, and that was fine, but then it only did half of this page. Who would like to guess what happened? Why did this not print out all the way? Who can guess? It's a very, very obvious reason once you know. I'll give you a clue. It's orange. Or should I say he's orange? And he's obsessed with the printer. And every time I start the printer, every time he hears it from any part of the house, he'll race in, jump up and basically, you know, try and see where the paper's coming from. Okay. No, not a paper. Well, kind of a paper jam. It was an orange paper jam. He put his, yeah, cat, exactly, Sunny, exactly. So yeah, Crumpet has this thing about the printer, and every time I try and use the printer, this is what happens, because he jumps up on top and presses the stop button, so it stops halfway through, right? So then I had to print it again. But I know that it's a beautiful set. This is really, really lovely. Yep, exactly, Cheryl, you got it exactly right. And everyone knows, once you know, it's obvious, right? So it's got some beautiful samples here, and the paper is beautiful. We're going to look at that too. And then here are all the different pieces of the set. Okay, you've got the bundle, which is the framed florets. I have trouble saying this. Framed florets and the matching framed florets dies. I've got some really exciting news. Might not sound very exciting to you guys, but I am so happy about this. They have just started. They are starting to do the dies and the stamps the same name. Hallelujah. Because before, you had the True Beauty stamp set, which matches the, I don't know, something else, beauty dies. I can't even remember. Let me have a look, because I'm going to leave you with half the information. I prefer not to do that. All right, so where is it? These ones. I hope everyone knows what I'm talking about. So the True Beauty stamp set. Well, here's an example, okay? You've got the Happiness Abound stamp set, and then you've got the dies, which are the blossoming happiness dies, okay? Two different names. Now they're going to just have the Happiness Abounds from future. It'll be the one stamp set name, and then the dies have the same name, and then the bundle is the same name. I mean, doesn't that make, yeah, I couldn't figure out why either, Susan. I'm so happy. I know, it's fantastic, Joan. I know, you don't want to say that 10 times fast. I challenge you, Sunny. I challenge you to that. All right, so yeah, it's a little thing, but it's just going to make life easier to have a naming format that makes sense. Yeah. So I'm very excited. And so the Framed Florets stamp set matches the Framed Florets dies, which of course is the Framed Florets bundle. Okay, so makes all, yeah, less confusing, a lot easier. Exactly. Now there's also these little guys. These on, can you see them? I'm not going to be able to show them to you because they're not available yet here in Australia. We don't have them. And what that sadly means is, because although I haven't checked today, if anyone has ordered them, let me just see. I'm going to go straight to my ordering page and see if they come up, because I really would like to know if they are available. And they are the, what is the number? Gold adhesive back swirls 161822, 161822. Let me put that into my computer. And it let me order. Oh, they're in. It's letting me order them. Hooray! Yay! That's a really good news. What's really good news about that? That then means that if you wanted to, if you haven't done it yet, you can order the whole collection with one code. Now, that's if you're a demonstrator. Sorry, guys. If you're a customer, you have to wait until the 1st of November, because that's when they come out. Available 1st of November. Demonstrators can get them now. Or there is another way to get them. If you've been thinking, we have a really good joining special this month, which is an extra $114 worth of stuff in the kit. You pay $169, but you get $114 worth of extra value. So you're actually getting $283 worth of value. Fantastic. And if you want to, you can put this brand new framed florets or fitting florets collection, any of it, you can put it in your kit. And that means you can get it right now. And your kit would more than cover it, because the whole collection, all of it, the dies, the 2 sets of stamps and the swirls, all of that is $172, but you've got $283 to spend. Yippee! So that's cool. All right, so the other thing that's in here is this really cute framed and festive stamp set. It's got some really nice sayings on it. And notice how I'm holding up the folder, the flyer, to show it to you. There it is. Can you see it? Really nice words. I love mixed fonts. It's a real thing for me. Love, love, love. And the reason I'm showing it to you is because guess what? I went and did. I ordered the bundle, which is the framed florets and the framed florets stamp set. Okay, the dies and the stamp set. Ordered those. And then guess what stupid me went and did? Instead of ordering the framed and festive set, I ordered the framed florets again. So guess who's got 2 sets of framed florets? Who's a silly girl, right? Don't be like me, okay? Exactly. Well, see, that's what I did, Jean. I had ordered the bundle, and because the bundle is a different code to the stamp set, it let me order them again, which that was just my own silly fault, okay? But yes, if you do order the collection, you can still order other single items. You are correct. That is correct. Hey, Denise, nice to see you. You've done that. So I'm very annoyed with myself. I'm not worried that I won't be able to sell them because I know people are going to be going crazy for these. They are really, really pretty. Would you like to see the DSP? Let's have a look at that. This is the matching paper. It is not a specialty paper, but I think it's pretty special. But it's not got foil or anything like that. It's just really pretty. And it's got the colors in this are always listed on the back if ever you're looking. It's Balmy Blue, Blushing Bride, which is that lighter pink, Crushed Curry, Evening Evergreen, the dark green, Night of Navy, Polished Pink, and Soft Succulent. Okay, so let's look at how all those colors look together. In fact, just about all those colors are in this, not quite, Night of Navy's not there, but just about all the colors are here in this paper. It's very pretty. It's nice. Oh, you forgot to order the sayings too. Well, there you go. Thank you for making me feel better, guys. I can see a few people say they've done things like that. I just, you know, and I didn't realize until I was getting ready for this live tonight because I just had assumed it was correct and I didn't even check, you know, and then I got them out tonight and put them on the table ready for the live and went, hang on a second, why have I got 2 of those? And then I realized what I'd done. Went and checked the order and sure enough, I'd ordered them twice. Okay, so this is very pretty. I like, this is the Balmy Blue. Isn't that nice? Look at, and you know what's nice about this? Okay, even though it is not technically a Christmas set, some of these papers lend themselves really well to Christmas. I would use that as a Christmas paper. Can you see that? You absolutely could. You don't have to, but you certainly can. All right, I'm going to turn one over and so we have a piece of each. This one, once again, I think this would make nice Christmas paper. So the paper is really clever because you can use it as Christmas paper or you can not use it as Christmas paper. It's really pretty. You could also, these little white berries, you could color those in red if you wanted to, which would kind of be nice. I can see that working well. Blushing Bride on the other side with little flowers. Then we've got some navy, balmy blue, not bashful blue, balmy blue, and the greens, the Evening Evergreen in there as well, and a bit of white. And on the back, there's some little soft succulent leaves, which is nice and simple. They go really nice. Look how nice they look together. Aren't they nice together? All right. Then this one has most of the colours in it, similar to the first one actually, but little tiny bunches. And on the back, interesting kind of geometric design that might make your eyes go funny if you stare at it for too long, I think. And then getting down, we've only got a couple more. There's this one, which once again I think would be nice for Christmas. You've got little red berries and balmy blue leaves on a navy background. Really nice. On the back, you've got your polished pink and little crosses. They're kind of cool. And what else? Last one. All right, so this one's got your balmy blue and Night of Navy flowers, but also some soft succulent and Evening Evergreen in there as well. And on the back of that one, we've got some dark green, the Evening Evergreen gingham, which is really interesting. And those look really nice together. Don't they look good together? Oh, yay, Margaret. Excellent. Glad to hear. It's always fun when your orders arrive. I love that feeling. Lucky, that's one of the things I do like about being a demonstrator is all the boxes of love that I get in the mail. Love that. All right. Right. So we may use some of that. I haven't. Well, you know what? Let's make a decision. Let's actually do it. I think I'm deciding between this one, the bigger flowers with the balmy blue leaves on the back. I like that. I do like a few of these. I don't know. It's a tough decision. This is also really nice. This one here with the navy. What do you guys think? And actually those two go really nice together. Maybe those two would be good together. Let's do those. What do you think? Oh, look, absolutely, Cherie. It absolutely works for Christmas. And that's what's nice about this. It isn't Christmas specifically, but you absolutely can use it for Christmas. And I think that makes it really usable, you know, all year round. I agree, Cheryl. This is the one I want to go with, these two together. Okay. I don't even know what I'm going to do with them yet. I've got a couple of pieces of paper. We've got the balmy blue and we've also got the Night of Navy. So, And I've also gone ahead and cut out a few of the shapes ahead of time because I wasn't exactly sure which colors we were going to go with. All right, so let's have a look at the dies. Let me show them to you. And then we'll have a little look at the stamp set a bit closer as well. There's some really nice greetings in that stamp set. The stamp set that I have. Can't show you both of them though. All right, so these are the dies. All right, really nice. If you like, we haven't had any ovals for a while. Ovals, I tend to use circles more than I use ovals, but I do like having ovals at my disposal. So I cut out this frame earlier, this one here. I cut it out of a couple of different colors, not really sure which way I was going to go. This is out of some of that silver foil paper that we currently have, which is really nice, and you can see it's that. But then when you cut that out, you also get an oval that falls out of the middle. Okay, so you've also got an oval that you can do something with as well, which is kind of cool. And I cut a white one as well, and of course we get a white oval as well when we cut that one out, so we can have a little play with those and decide. These ones here all cut out some of the stamps. So this one here, so for example this one, the actual side, this one cuts out this one. All right, which is nice. And then there's a couple, there's two, or actually there's three little standalone leaves that cut out some, you know, like there's this one and this one. And two of those. It's nice sometimes, even though they're the same, sometimes that's really nice to have them the same. If I can get it off the backing piece. Where's my take? Where's the take your pick tool when I need it? There it is. Put that under there. There we go, that's better. It's nice having a few of these because then you can do like cute little embellishments coming from behind or on top of the ovals, that kind of thing. And I was thinking that might be nice. We might do that. But yeah, the rest of them, the framelets, these one, they're called framelets because they frame something, mostly stamps. And so for that reason, we have access to those as well. So I'm just going to pop those back in. Now, I already cut a couple of those ones in different colors. Wasn't sure what colors I was going to want. I did a couple of white ones. You can see how nice they cut. Aren't they pretty? And then you can just push out the middles if you want to, or you can leave those pieces in. I kind of like them cut out. And then there's the bigger one. I did a couple in white, did a couple in the dark green, a couple in the light green, just deciding what we should use. So we'll work it out as we go. Right, let me pop those over there again. I'm going to pop the dies away for a minute, but you've had a bit of a look at them. So they're very elegant, Donna. You're absolutely right. Ah, snowflakes. Well, that'd be nice. Here's an interesting thing. I have a whole bunch of customers who are aggressively against snowflakes, okay? Personally, I love them. I think they're really pretty, but I actually understand that, yes, we don't have a Christmas that is cold, and we certainly don't have snowflakes anywhere near us in summertime. So I totally get why people might not want them, but the only time of the year we can use them is Christmas, and I do like them. Okay. Oh, well, that's very pretty, Cherie. Did you make that up? So yeah, these are very pretty. So I'm deciding which way to go, whether I want to go with the lighter, have this on a darker piece and then add some, or whether I want to go light. You know, I'm going to go with the lighter, I think. And I'm thinking I might go with, deciding portrait or landscape. I'm thinking landscape, actually. And I'm actually going to cut. I've got my, what did I do with my trimmer? Oh, it's behind me. My chair's a bit squeaky tonight. All right, so I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to cut it, make it 9.5 centimeters. That's true, Cherie. You don't own a sheep, but you do make sheep cards. But you can see sheep if you were to go out and about. You might find sheep in your area. But yeah, I've got a couple of customers who really, really don't like snowflakes, and so we just go with that. You know what? Now I've done that, I'm deciding whether I actually want to. I'm having second thoughts. I'm deciding what I want to do. I do like, I'm thinking some strips of, I'm going to do some 1-inch strips. Yes, I did say inches. I know I'm confusing going between inches and centimeters. I did a card today. I'm going through a bit of a strip stage. If that probably sounds a bit wrong, but the reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to start with this at 13, so cutting a little bit off, and I'm deciding if a bit more. Let's go down a little bit more. I'm liking cards with little strips. So I did one this morning. I had some strips left over from cutting up all the supply packs for the Crafternoon next week, and this is the card that I made. That's just made with some strips left over, which I'll post that one tomorrow. But yeah, it turned out really nice. Now the other thing is, I don't know if you noticed, but the pattern continues. So this flower is complete, even though it's over the cut mark. It's still, and then this also continues on here. So it's nice if you can keep that continuity going, and I think that looks rather pretty. So let's start with that. I haven't decided whether I'm going to use this one yet or not, but we can worry about that in a minute. I think I'm just in this case going to stick them straight down. Like the other card I just showed you, I put them up on dimensionals. And I was nearly going to make that card, and I thought, no, we want to see the Fitting Florets stuff tonight. So that's why I ended up doing this instead. Donna doesn't do snowflakes or deers, but we do have deers in Australia, Donna. In fact, did you know that here in New South Wales, there's a deer problem? My husband and I were driving back from Tamworth, and I remember he said to me, we were driving along, and you know everything was fine and normal, and he went, deer. I went, no, there's not a deer. You're an American. What do you see deers everywhere. He's like, I swear it was a deer. So then, of course, we had to go back, and sure enough, there was a whole flock of deer. I do too. I like a continuous pattern. I think it goes this way. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. So you kind of just want to pay a little bit of attention when you cut them out as to where the pattern goes, and try and put them back in the same order, which is kind of nice. Now this one's going to go in the middle. Yeah, Tombo's nearly empty. A flock of deer. Yep, a whole flock. Yeah, and there's actually literally, and I'm not even kidding, a deer problem. A lot of farmers have had to cull some because they're eating their crops and all sorts of things. So yeah, there's a lot down in the national park just south of Sydney, but this was the one we saw was near Marundi, between just south of Tamworth, about an hour south. So yep, they're out there. Yep, fallow deer. They're quite a problem. Exactly, Cherie. They were brought over. Somebody thought it'd be, a bit like a lot of things that were introduced, for a bit of sport. Someone thought that would be fun to bring some deer, and now they're a big issue, big problem. So a flock, I heard. Sorry, did I say it wrong? I think I did. Oh well. All right. So I'm thinking I like the silver. It's going to cover up a lot of those beautiful flowers, but that's okay. It's all right. I'm thinking a silver one, and then maybe we put the white in the middle. What do we think about that? Would that work? I mean, we have this wishes for a beautiful birthday, which is a lovely big greeting that would look really nice in the middle of that. Or are we covering up too much of our pattern? I mean, you guys know we could also do a vellum. We could do a vellum oval. which would look nice as well. I do like this silver though. The silver's nice. And then this is what the white looks like. The white stands out a little bit more maybe. Do we like the white or do we prefer the silver? What do you guys think? Hard to tell. Don't cover the flowers. Well, there you go. I did just say vellum, didn't I say? Vellum is better, says Cherie. Yep. Oh, yes. Oh, you have wallabies over there in New Zealand too? I didn't know that. My son has just bought Crumpet to visit. You need to take him away though, because I'm in the middle of a live, darling.
Sorry.
Don't cover the flowers. Well, here's another thing we could do. We could still do the frame and not put anything in the middle. And we could decorate some around the edges. So I'm just deciding, I'm having a little think about what we could do. But yeah, vellum is another option. We could certainly do that. And I can put some bits and pieces here and a ribbon and then maybe some words on a banner across the middle. Maybe we would do that. Well, everyone's got an opinion on this one. Don't cover the flowers. Silver, vellum. Don't cover the flowers. Silver with a vellum insert. Yep, I think I like that idea, Donna. And white, says Cheryl. Yep, it does work better. So we could leave that, okay, and then put a piece across the middle or even a greeting at the bottom here. We could even do that. And I'm just thinking, I've done a couple of, I've got 2 different colors of green. And then we could put a little bow over the top of it there and sort of have them all kind of converging in the middle there. So that's a possibility. And I can sort of use my glue dots and stick them all together. So let's have a little play with that. But isn't this pretty paper? Such nice paper. Silver with a banner. I think that's good, Megan. That's where I'm thinking as well. So I'm just going to use my glue dots, and I'm going to put a glue dot right here behind my dark green piece, and I'm also going to use my soft succulent leaf. Oh. And I should be putting a, what do you call it, silicone mat down under here in case I have sticky bits. Right, so that kind of looks cute. Now I could go and cut a piece, but very often I have already pre-cut labels. Well, that one's been not only pre-cut but stamped. Need to take that one out because it's no good. I think that was a boo-boo stamp, that one. So I'm looking in my little box of already cut up pieces, or my bag of cut up pieces, and I'm getting to have too many actually. I'm going to have to go through. Maybe I need an actual box. See, here's a little one here. So this is a possibility that we could go across the bottom. That's a possibility. Such beautiful paper. So it does seem a shame to cut it up, to cover it up, I should say. I think this one is too frilly. I've got a few of that one. That's the same. Or I could cut up a whole new one. We could go into our labels and cut up something completely different. I'm not seeing anything I really want to use, so I'm going to just pop these over to one side, and I'm going to go through them later. I'm making a mess. That's what I'm doing. Stuff everywhere. Look, these are left over from that card we made a couple of weeks ago. And the other thing I do like the idea of is maybe a vellum piece in the middle, like a vellum oval. Because if I was to put a vellum oval in the middle, but I think if I did that, I still want to have a greeting somewhere here. All right, I'm actually going to put this piece on with a couple of glue dots. Oh, really, Cherie? That's a very, very good use of time and space, doing only pre-cut pieces. I'm always cutting on the fly. That's just, we're all different, hey? Celebrate. Oh, yes, Celebrate might be nice. I would like to use something from, and there is a Celebrate in that framed florets stamp set. I would like to use a stamp from this stamp set, so that could work. Just using a couple more. Deciding I want to sort of center this. Okay, and then we have this piece here. So let's open up. Now what I do need to do is I need to put one of these stamp sets aside so that I don't accidentally open both of them, because you know that that's something I would possibly do. So I'm going to go with Katrina's idea. A tin. I know I do need a tin. I do. I've just had them all in a bag and that was working, but lately I seem to have a lot more than I used to. Just going to go with this little block here, and I think I'll go navy because that's probably going to stand out a little bit more. That's a nice little Celebrate, don't you think? Isn't it nice? Plastic baseball card sheets in the folders. Yep. That's a really good idea. I've got those, you know. Right, I'm going to use dimensionals behind here. Oh, good morning, Monique. Rise and shine. I'm just going to use a bit of an edge bit of a dimensional pack. Everyone knows, don't you, that when the dimensionals are all gone, you can use the edges. They're just as sticky as the dimensionals. So sticking those at the back always makes for a good way to use up your bits. Okay, and I think we need some bling, definitely. Oh, you like the card? That's good. So this is a new set, Monique. This is called Fitting Florets, and it's part of the stamp set is called Framed Florets, and the dies are called the same name. Yay. I thought about adding a bit of ribbon here, but I think it's going to be too much, probably. And I also think we need bling. Okay, so we could go with the good old iridescent rhinestones. They would probably look really nice, actually. Or we could go with, we could use some of the white ones and color them to match. Or I'll tell you what I do have. Let me just find them quickly. I have these are in a tin. You'll be happy to know, all my embellishments and things. We have a in color opal rounds set, if I can just find those. Let me just quickly look in my little tin. Here they are. And those ones have they have soft succulent and evening evergreen in those, and those might be nice. So now we have a decision to make. We can custom make our little embellishments with, change the color with blends to make them whatever color we like. Well, I think so, Jody, don't you? I'm just thinking one on each side here of the banner. That's where I was thinking about putting my bling. And I was thinking I could go with the iridescent rhinestones, which everyone knows I love, or we might go, I'm thinking maybe too small of the, oh, okay, different people are saying different things. That's a good idea, Cherie. That's a really, really good idea to do that. Ah, in The Hague. You know, I've only heard of The Hague. I don't really know anything about it, but I'm sure it's very beautiful. So these are nice. These are like a light green, so they're the soft succulent, and they're really pretty. So I'm just going to put one on each side of the Celebrate and try and make them roughly the same. Okay, and the one thing I think I do need to do, I'm going to grab a sponge dauber. Actually, I have one here. Is this the right color or is it not? Ooh. Yeah, that'll do. Let's go and grab some balmy blue, and we're going to go all the way around just to add a little bit of shading to the edges. So I'm going to just dip my sponge dauber straight into my balmy blue ink, and I'm going to go all the way around the edges. It's probably smart to do this earlier in the piece because then you haven't got old things out of the way, but oh well. Just pull that back. Little details like that make all the difference. I do have a thing though, if an edge is stitched like this, I don't normally edge it with a color as well. I think the simple stitching around the edge is all you need, but that's just a personal preference. Some people like to sponge around everything, and that's fine. Okay, that looks better. All right, I've got, let me just grab some. I have got somewhere here there we go, a white card base. And this is basic white thick for anyone who's wondering what to use for card bases. The thick cardstock, whether it's the vanilla or the white, looks fabulous. Really, really nice. And I thoroughly recommend that you get yourself some of the thick for card bases. Sometimes if my bone folder's not handy, I use my scoring tool. This is from the Simply Scored scoring tool. No, actually. No, it's not. It's from the, or is it? I think it's from the old envelope punch board, actually. Anyone remember that? All right. So you'll have to have a look, Jody. So for anyone who's expecting a packet in the mail for me for the craft along that's next weekend, I would be very grateful. I'm going to get another Tombow. I'd be really grateful if you let me know when they arrive, because I always worry that they're going to get lost until people start telling me that they've arrived. This one doesn't want to come out either. I give up. All right. Okay, I'm going to call that done. It's quite pretty. It turned out nice. I love the continuing pattern, so I'm kind of glad we didn't cover that up. I think that was the right decision. But now, of course, I have a nice oval here to use with something else. That'll look nice with something else, I think. I'm just looking and seeing, has anyone said anything I need to respond to? Did I miss anybody's questions? Pearls would be nice too, Michelle. The iridescent pearls, that would look good. But I use the, these are really nice. If you haven't seen these are in color opal rounds. And so you've got the pale papaya, fresh freesia, polished pink, soft succulent, and evening evergreen. But the colors are actually far more subtle than the actual colors. And they're really, really pretty. They've got like a little glimmer. I don't know if you can see it. Can you kind of see it? I think you can see it best on the light green ones. There's a lot of shimmer to it. Really, really pretty. So, yeah, definitely something to, they're in our annual catalogue, those. All right, there's card number 1. There we go. Now, I do actually have a second new thing to show you, but I'm thinking I'm going to save the second new thing for Sunday night, I think. So that might be good. So I'm here every Friday night and Sunday night. And in case you're wondering where I get all these beautiful things from, everything that you see is available for purchase. Okay, so if you're in Australia, you can purchase it through my online store, which is on my blog and on my Facebook page. And I'll put a link to it in the description below this video as well. But there's all sorts of lovely things available, and you can get any of them that you would like. Or if you have a demonstrator already, reach out to your demonstrator, and I'm sure she'll be very happy to help you. I'm just going to have a little look here. I am looking at this. I'm thinking this is rather nice. And I'm thinking I've got a piece of soft succulent here. So let's do, you guys know I love to do this. I have done this many, many times. Sometimes I change the way it goes on a page. I'm going to do a 1-inch strip, which, if anyone's wondering, that's roughly 2.5 centimeters. Okay. And I'm going to go 13.8. So there we go. And then the piece that's on the back, so the other side of the same sheet, I'm going to go deciding. I'm going to go, I think 6.5. Let's try that. 6.5 centimeters. Pretty sure that's right. We'll find out in a second. If it's not right, I'll just cut another piece. Whoops. And then I'll put this aside and use it for something else. All right. I think I've got it right. So sometimes I do it on the right and sometimes I do it on the left. Really, really pretty paper. This 1-inch strip now, or 2.5 centimeter strip, is going to fit right in here, just like this. Okay, so really, really simple layout. One of my favorites. I really, really like it. And I just find that I come back to this all the time because it's one of my favorite. I like a slightly off-kilter, off-center design. Probably suits my personality or something like that. So I'm going to line this up so that it has a bit of a border all the way around, a couple of millimeters or so. And then this piece is going to fill in this other gap. And you can do the same thing with a landscape piece as well. Obviously, you know, you're going to have it so, you know, because I like them to be vertical. So I like it to sit down the other side, which is always nice. Whoops. That I put that slightly in the wrong place. Now, here's the thing. Seal is a lot. This is where Tombow is better because you can move it. If you haven't pushed down your seal, you can move that as well. So I didn't put that quite in the right place. That is better. Right, so that's how this is looking. We did use the in colors, didn't we? Hello, Heather. Nice to see you. I just got home. It's very nice that you could join us. The paper is just beautiful. It really is. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay. All right. So now I get to decide, well, which way are we going to go? We're just going to go with this. Maybe we'll just go with a circle this time. Sorry, an oval. What am I saying? Goodness me. And will we go with it on the left here or on the right? No, I like the left. And I think this looks better facing this direction. So I'm going to play around with these little guys again because I can. We'll see. I haven't decided for sure what I want to do with those, but I do really, really like this Wishes for a Wonderful Birthday, and I want to use it because I think it's really nice. So let's grab that. And I think I could go navy again, but I think I'll go Evening Evergreen this time. And we're going to pop this on a block. So it fits on C block or D block. C is a bit of a snug fit, but it's fine. The paper is called, and I just got rid of the backing sheet. paper is called Fitting Florets 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. Okay, and it's brand new. It's available to customers on the 1st of November, but it's available to demonstrators now, or anyone who wants to pop it into their demonstrator kit if they're joining this month with the extra value that's in the kit. That makes it a really good way to go, actually. And you can get it in your kit and get it early. All right, isn't that a nice stamp? You notice I put it towards the top. I did that intentionally because I'm thinking we will add something to the bottom, and we have a whole bunch of choices. I could just add some flowers here. I could add some of these. I haven't decided which way I want to go. Let's try this one and see how big it is. If it's going to be too big, I could just put a couple of the flowers. Yeah, it's too big. I don't want that. So I'm going to probably just do a couple of these little guys. So there's two flowers. There's a bigger one and then a smaller one. So can you see these two here? So I'm thinking about putting the bigger one in the middle and then colouring. I'm actually going to do it in the evening evergreen, and then we'll colour it with other colours. Let's just see how that goes. And I haven't got my Stampin' Scrubs on the table over behind me, so I'm just cleaning it with my fingers, which is probably not very good because that means I can then get ink from my fingers on other things. But I'm a little bit naughty sometimes and a little bit lazy. I should get up and go over and get the scrub, but no, I'm not doing that, am I? So this one is smaller. Let's see. I'm going to have this one on this side, like that. And then we're going to colour them in. Now I don't have Balmy Blue. That's a colour I need to buy. I do have navy. What other blues do I have? I also have soft succulent, definitely, but I don't have any leaves, and I think I'd like to keep, maybe we'll just start with the Balmy Blue. I have Pool Party, but that's not the right blue. The other thing I could do is I could use, I was going to use my blends, but the other thing I could do, if I'm very, very careful, is use blender pens. I think somebody was asking me about blender pens just recently. I could use blender pens, or I could even do a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of watercoloring if I'm very, very careful. And then I could use the correct color. And I think maybe that's the way to go. Because we've used water-based ink, I would want to be very, very careful about how I watercolor. And it can be done, but you just got to be super careful and try and stay away from the lines, if that makes sense. So I'm going to use blender pens, and let's see how we go. So these are blender pens, these guys. All right, they are fantastic. They come in a set of 3, and they've been around forever and ever. As long as I've been a demonstrator, we've had these in our catalog, and they are great because you can use them for multiple colors. Okay, so you can pick up ink with a blender pen, and you can do it in a variety of ways. You can pick it up straight from the corner of the pen and then paint with it. Okay, or you can use a block. Let me find a slightly smaller block, which might be on the table behind me. Yep. Actually, I have an A block too. A block would be probably even better, even smaller. So this is another way to do it. You know, pick up some ink, just like that, and then pick it up with your blender pen and then paint with it. Okay, so very easy to do. And you're wondering why I'm using blue for my flowers. It's because there's blue flowers in our paper. So yeah, really easy. And I can, color in the whole thing, or I can color in part of the thing. I just you know, I'm going to do my darkest in the middle. And so we're using our ink in a slightly different way here. We're using it with the blender pens just to spread the color. Blender pens are also really great at, obviously they're not going to give you a saturated color or intense color as blends do. Blends are going to give you the very best color because those are alcohol markers. But these are still a great coloring tool in their own right. So if you haven't seen them before, you want to grab yourself some because they're a lot of fun. That would look nice too. A little bit of blue in the center with a dauber. That would look lovely. So I'm thinking these outside ones I might just not do as much coloring. I might keep them a little whiter. So I mean, this is pretty simple stamping here. What we're doing, it's, you know, adding a little bit of color. But the other thing you might notice if you look really close is it has picked up a tiny bit of the green ink from the evening evergreen, and so you've got sort of a bluey green color in the center of these two on the outside, which is kind of nice. I like that. And then when you come to clean this, you can either clean it with a baby wipe or just straight on your scrub. So that would be a good idea. All right, so I'm liking the way how this is going. This is kind of cute. Now I'm thinking I would like something in the center of my flowers, and I'm thinking maybe the iridescent pearls would be good for that. So let me see. Or the festive pearls, you could do a silver one in the center. That would look really nice. Or I could just use good old plain old rhinestones. Also, just with all these, you can color them any color you want with the blends, which I love doing. I absolutely love customizing my gems to match my projects. Always looks good. I have a feeling I had the pearls out yesterday. I think I was using them for, I had a, oh, that wasn't yesterday. It was 2 days ago. Goodness me, this week has just gone. This week has flown, guys. Anybody else feel like that? Yeah, I had a technique class here on Wednesday, and the girls that came, I'm pretty sure I had the pearls out when they were using them, and I may not have put them away. Because, shock horror, can you believe it? I don't always put things away straight after I use them. I know that's shocking, and I know that you're horrified. There you go, found them. But sometimes I don't. Hey, Tina, nice to see you. Yes. The blender pens are very, very cool. And I have been, like I said, I've been using them for so long. So, the frames of the flowers, do they match? That's a good question. I don't know the answer. I probably should know the answer, but I don't know the answer, Katrina. So let's have a look in a second and see if we can see if any of them do match. Because that's something that Stampin' Up does like to do, is to occasionally have some stamps and paper and dies that match each other, and I always think that's a really nice thing. I'm just going to, oh, you know what I'm doing? Oh dear. Come on, Linda, get it together. So I'm using the little ones in the center of the two flowers on the outside. I'm going to use a slightly bigger one in the center of the other one, the one in the middle. And now, can you see that? That's kind of nice. And there's something else you can do is, and in fact, why would we not do it? Let's wink a Stella over our flowers and make them glittery, because, you know, glittery is good. And also Wink Stella sometimes can spread your color as well, which is nice. Wink Stella works really, really well with colored pencils, and so do blender pens. They work so well together. I'm just going to wink and wink and wink, make it all sparkly. Nice and simple. I don't know if you can see it, but it is sparkly. Can you see the sparkle on there? That's pretty. All right, let's pop these on some dimensionals. got a couple of dimensionals left on here, so I'm going to put one at the top. I don't put my dimensionals too close to the edge, because if I want to put something in underneath there, like if I want to throw in some leaves or something like that, I want to make sure there's plenty of room to do it. So always move them in a little bit so you've got room to play. All right, now we get to see whether we actually want to have any more of these. And I'm thinking, do I want any more? See what I mean about being able to put things in underneath? Or is that too much? Is it unnecessary given the beautiful paper? What do you guys think? Is it unnecessary? Or do we like it? And the other thing I would do probably is, if that won't go in exactly where I want it, is chop it off, like cut it shorter so it's got more room to move. What do we think? Do we need that? You think it is, Kathy? It may well be. So I'm going to have a look in a second. Absolutely, it does, Sean. Definitely accelerates at the end of the year. You know, someone says it's this many X. Don't you love those people say it's X many Mondays or X many Sundays or whatever to Christmas, and you think, oh yeah, that's forever away, and all of a sudden it's here. It just arrives. Don't need it, says Donna. Too much, says Kelly. Yeah, I think you're right. I don't mind this one at the top, but that one definitely is too much. And I don't think I need that one either. The paper is really nice just as it is. So what we might do instead is just, I think maybe just a little bit of ribbon might be nice. And we have some choices. We could use a bit of soft succulent ribbon, which would be nice, or we could just use a little bit of white and have a little tiny ribbon here at the bottom. Let me do a bow and just see how that looks. I think I've tied a million bows in my life, really. And here's the thing, and if anyone's watching, and a couple of you I think are watching who know what I'm talking about, when I'm doing an in-person class, a lot of people will say to me, can you please tie my bow? I'm like, the only reason that I'm okay at tying bows is because I've tied so many of them, and if you tied more of them, you get good at them too. But that's okay. I just tie them. If that makes it a nice experience for them, well then, hey, that's not so bad. Not needed too much. Yep. Are we talking about the ribbon, or are we talking about the little bits of greenery? I don't think I mind a little bit of ribbon. I think that is actually okay. I haven't stuck it on yet. But even that, maybe actually it would look better on this side against the gingham. That looks better. Huh. On the top, you think, Tina? You mean up here? I don't know. I feel like tossing a coin. Maybe one night we'll do that. We'll just toss a coin and see what happens. Cute with the ribbon. Top. Ribbon nice. Silver will go good, I think. Yeah. I am leaning towards putting it down here against this green piece. I think that stands out a little bit more on this side than it does over here. So let's just go ahead and whack that on there. The bottom left, I think so too, Judy. Yep. Hey, Judy, how are you? Nice to see you. All right. And, of course, we need our good old basic white thick cardstock. Even though I have vanilla, I would say I use white, I don't know, 90% of the time, 80% of the time. I use it way more. I do use other colours sometimes too. Not tonight, I didn't, but that's going to go right there like that. And I'm just going to use some good old seal. When you use seal, for anyone who doesn't know, hold it so that it's sort of low down. It's low to the tabletop, so like this. And then when you get to the end, then lift it up. Okay, so it's hard to show you from above. Lift, and it's almost like a flick, almost a flicking motion. Okay, if ever you don't do that, what happens? It comes out like spaghetti, and then that sort of flicks back into the mechanism here, and then it doesn't come out nicely the next time, and you need to move it with your finger. It's not going to hurt it, but you will find you have a much more smoother experience if you can remember to do that little flick at the end. You don't have to, but I just find it makes it easier. All right, so I'm going to say that card is done. What do we think? Do we like this one? We have two now. Do we have a favorite? So we use the same stamp set tonight, and the same paper and the same framelits, dies for the whole thing. Okay, and I can't show you the other stamp set because silly me, ordered 2 of the one stamp set instead of 1 of each, because I'm crazy like that. And then of course the paper, I think I'm gonna go through this paper pretty quickly. I'm gonna have to order more. Yeah, they do both look nice, but does anyone have a favorite? What do you think, guys? Oh, thank you so much. I'm really glad you like them. It is a beautiful stamp set, really, really pretty. It's hard to, I think it'd be hard to make a bag card with it because I think everything goes together so beautifully. This one we use the frame. This one we use the piece that falls out when you make the frame. So the oval is what's left over from the frame. And I did one in white. There's the white frame that would have gone around it. I mean, I could have put that on as well, but it's kind of nice to have one without a frame as well. I don't know. There we go. All right. Well, I think we're pretty much done for tonight. You think the second card, Kay? Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure which one I prefer, but see, Glenda's saying she likes the first one. Kathy's saying she likes the second one. So it sounds like it's a little bit, you know, some people like one and some people like the other, but we're all different, right? And that's just how it works. That's how it goes. So I hope that you'll be able to join me again on Sunday night. That's 7:30 Sunday evening. And don't forget, not tomorrow, but the following Saturday, the 22nd of October, Sydney time, 2 p.m, I will be doing a craft along, and you're really going to enjoy making the easel cards that we're going to do together. I think it's a really fun project, and I can't wait to make it with you. So I hope that you'll join me for that, and see you there. Have a fantastic week, guys, or weekend, and I'll see you Sunday night. Bye-bye.